Hi and welcome to the Scottish Wedding channel. I'm Louise Ballantine, freelance makeup artist, and today I'm going to show you how to create a fuller, more natural brow using brow extensions. Okay, so first what we're going to do is prep the brow, make sure that there's no powder, pencil or wax throughout the brow. We've already cleansed the model's brow. Now what we'll have is a glue ring, and it's a clear adhesive, which we'll pop in there. Now the actual brow hairs come in different sizes to suit the kind of technique and the shape that you're going to create. Now I work with many women who for several reasons have sparse brows, thin brows, over-plucked brows, and this is a really good way to create a more natural 3D effect. So what we'll do now is we'll use the longest brow just to create the fuller shape at the beginning. Now the technique that we're going to use just at the beginning of the brow is called a feathering effect. So I'll start by feathering the first few. So we're taking our individual eyebrow hair, just dipping the base of it in the clear glue. And we're going to start just at the very front of the brow here. And there we have our first brow hair. So what we're going to do is just build up the shape. You can use a stencil, however, if the client already has a good brow shape, you can kind of just work with that and step back and assess it every now and then. So it's a very gradual process, but the front section we're going to feather. The middle section we're going to stack them, so we can put some smaller hairs behind what we already have. And then the end section is called scattering, so they'll be lying flat. So this adhesive can go on both the skin and the hair. Depending on the look that your client is looking for, you can either have a more bushy front section, or you can have it really nice and defined. We're going to just follow the natural shape, give a wee bit more of an arch and fill out the outer edges. Now that we have the feathered section at the front, we're going to add in some shorter hairs for the stacking effect. This will bulk out the brow and just give it more of a three-dimensional, fuller look. Okay, so now that we've done the front section, which is the feathered section, we have then put some stacking of some small hairs just in behind, just to bulk it out slightly. Now what we're going to do is just stack along the length of the brow and take it up so that there's a slightly higher arch. And these are just slotted in either onto the skin or it attaches onto the hair with the clear glue. The hairs are slightly darker than the model's natural eyebrow. However, the hairs generally are slightly darker than the natural hair because you pencil them in or powder them in darker generally. So with this method, you won't have to pencil them in at all. Now once you've reached the point, you now want to be scattering them down to the edge of the corner of the eye. So I'm going to take some of the smaller size and just slot them in between the longer length that we've used. So I'm just going back over any of the areas, whether it's the front, the middle or the end section, just to see if there's any sparse areas that we could fill in with either the longer or the shorter length. Now that we've finished the brow, we've feathered here, stacked here and scattered along the edges. That's the 3 different techniques that you'll use. Now I've left the front part of the brow quite bushy. Most of the clients that are coming for brow extensions just now like a more bushy look, a more kind of dense brow. However, if you want it kind of squared off, you can just trim the top section. And there are several different colours of brow extensions that you can use to suit your own hair colour. So you have different lengths and different thicknesses as well. Some people will have, depending on their type of hair, they'll have very fine hair or they might have very, very coarse kind of Asian Indian hair. So there's many different colours. You have your blonde, dark charcoal, dark brown, medium brown, there's a red, and there's also a white which can be used on the, I would usually mix the white in with the blonde, even if the person has got a full white head of hair. As you can see, we've now got our finished look. We've feathered just in the corner, layered just in the centre, and then stacked just at the outer edge. As you can see, it's a very natural finish, which is why it's so popular at the moment, because it's pain-free. It takes about 45 minutes to an hour if you're having a full set. You can recreate this brow from nothing, so it's good for people who have had a total hair loss. It's also good for people who just want that extra wee bit of definition. So with proper aftercare, the brow should last up to 2 weeks. So it's important not to use any gels or kind of waxy cold pencils around the eyebrow area. You shouldn't need to fill in the brows. If you are happy with your finished look, they should be the depth and the shape that you're happy with. This is the Scottish Wedding Channel. I'm Louise Ballantine, professional makeup artist. Thanks for watching our eyebrow tutorial.